like, I don't know, everybody will put like gardens in their front yard with like little tiny like ladders into their garden for gnomes. Amanda here, and welcome to episode 108 of Great Beer Adventure.
108 rhymes with...
This is great.
Great, yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Today we're going on a road trip.
Oh, yeah.
Woo! I'm here with Clay Groves of the Fish Nerds.
Chief Executive Fish Nerd
Whoa.
of the Fish Nerds podcast. Yeah, when you fire your co-host, you get to take his position as leader.
Nice.
I didn't fire him.
No. Yeah, I just change my title anytime I feel like it.
Because it's your show.
Yeah.
You do what you want.
I do absolutely what I want.
No rules. So,
No.
Yeah.
But, so we are headed down to New Jersey, and our first stop, if we get to some traffic in there.
Yeah.
Because according to the GPS, we'll be there at like 10:30.
Not a chance.
Not a chance.
No, that'd be amazing.
That'd be so amazing.
Yeah.
And I'd just be like, okay, we'll find lots of breweries in Jersey instead. Yeah. But we're headed to Defiant Brewing Company. They open at noon on Fridays.
Perfect.
So
That's the,
we're
from
running
what I
late.
understand, the angriest of all brewers.
They're very defiant.
Yeah, you walk in like, how are you? No, I'm not good.
Which
Yeah.
might be a problem because I didn't tell them we were coming.
Oh, yeah. Can we interview you? No.
No!
Excellent. This is perfect.
All right, you ready?
No.
Damn! We're going anyway.
We're going. All right, let's go.
All right, we'll check in with you all in a little bit.
Yeah, cool.
So, it is 7:33 a.m.
Yeah, we're on target to get to New Jersey by 10 a.m.
Well, not New Jersey.
Oh. I thought
New York.
New York.
Defiant is in New York.
Defiant.
Yeah, Defiant Brewery.
You would think if it was that angry, it would just leave New York. You know what? I'm crossing the Tappan Zee, bitch. Screw you, New York.
Oh, wait. Yeah, but it is on the other side of the Tappan Zee, but
Does
does
that
not
make
mean...
it New Jersey?
I don't think so.
I don't know. It was funny because I'm from New Jersey. I should know stuff.
You should know stuff.
Yeah.
But we are taking a little pit stop. I think we're in Massachusetts.
We are in Massachusetts, yeah.
495, is that
no,
right?
we're on the Mass Pike. We're in the very dead center of Massachusetts right now.
The dead center
You
of
can't
Massachusetts.
get any more central than where we are.
Really?
Yeah. Well, you probably can if you use a math or maps or something, but we're in that area.
Nice. There's some really good breweries around here. Do you think 7:30 is too early?
No, but
Breakfast beers.
Breakfast beers are wonderful things. There's a restaurant in Glen that serves breakfast beers.
Nice.
Yeah, now in Glen, New Hampshire. Now, the problem with breakfast beers is we still have like a million hours of driving ahead of us.
All right.
So I can drink if you drive.
Or I can drink if you drive.
I'm happy to drive.
We'll probably just try to get to Defiant.
We'll try to get there and
then
see
see
if we can make it to Swedesboro from there.
Yeah. It still says we're on pace to get to Defiant at 10 a.m. They don't open till noon. So we might have to just bypass them. And find 17 more in Jersey.
Oh, yeah, it's probably... New Jersey's known for their good beers, aren't they?
I don't know. I don't think so, but we can hunt them down.
They exist.
They do.
They do. We'll get there.
Yeah. All right.
We're back.
We are.
We're back. Where are we? We're in Connecticut.
Yes.
And we're going much faster than we expected.
Much faster. It's 9:40.
It's 9:40 and we're almost into New York, right?
Right.
So
why did you make me get up so early in the morning?
Traffic. You're welcome.
Thank you.
But that means we're not going to make it to the brewery we originally talked about because they don't open until noontime.
Right.
So we're switching gears. We're going to drive all the way to Swedesboro, New Jersey, home of the Swedish chef. A lot of people know they thought he was from Sweden. Turns out he's from New Jersey.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
No one quite knew because they couldn't understand him because he was like, oh, pretty New Jersey. But it actually was saying, I'm from New Jersey.
Oh,
Yeah.
You see, there's actually this song out from one of the recent Muppet ones.
Yeah.
And, like, the two officers are questioning the Muppets, and they actually ask somebody for a translation of the Swedish Chef.
Really?
Yeah, and the guy comes in and he says, well, he said was gloobity gloobity glue. It's not actually Swedish. I love that so much.
Because he's from New Jersey.
Right, he's from New Jersey.
And a lot of people don't know that, but people in New Jersey also don't speak English.
They just gloobity
gloobity glue. So here we are. Yeah.
All right, so we're headed to New Jersey. We're going to check into our hotel, and then we're going to go beer.
We're going to go find beer.
Yeah.
And I do know that New Jersey does have beer. So
yes.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll find some people to come with us.
That'd be cool.
But we got to stick them in the way back because I'm not taking out the car seats.
Maybe they're small people. They can just find the car seats.
Just buckle them in.
Buckle up, Joe Pardo. We're going for a ride. He's a little guy.
I don't think he's that little.
He can squinch.
Squinch. All right, so we will talk to you all in New Jersey unless things change.
You never know.
Never know. All right. All right, we made it.
Oh boy, we're in the elevator in beautiful downtown Swedesboro, New Jersey. Smelled funky coming into town. I'm going to say that out loud.
This elevator smells a little funky.
It smells like dryer sheets and old linens.
Yeah?
So, yeah, and death.
And a little bit like rubber. Somebody died in a rubber factory. All right, so folks...
And I have a blue dinosaur I'm bringing with us. Because every time I travel without my kids, I bring blue dino along.
Okay.
So, 430 something.
I think you're you're 435, and I'm 437.
I think I'm 434.
Oh, are you?
Now everyone knows they're going to find our room.
I know.
Come knocking, and we're not
2
gonna
weeks
be
later.
Here.
All right, so we'll be back with you in just a minute.
I'm over that way.
Bye.
Bye.
We're recording right now. I just turned it on.
What?
We're doing a road trip podcast for the next episode.
Oh, cool. So
Yeah.
it's weird because I just was like, bloop.
Yeah.
I'm going to like hear myself on your show.
Yeah. So,
Cool.
for all the listeners, Justin just came.
Yeah, Amanda's got her priorities straight. She hasn't even got her suitcases off the rolly cart before she started loading beer in the fridge.
Well, one of them's a cooler that has to be unloaded too.
So this is how you do it? You just like roll around with your Zoom and...
Uh-huh.
Cool.
Yeah, this is the behind the scenes. So yeah, I'm going to unload the beer and then I just need to brush my hair and make my face not look like this.
Gotcha.
I got up at 4 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, I was like, isn't it a really long drive from...
Yeah, I'm really tired.
Man, you're not joking with the Maine beer, huh?
No, I'm not.
Whoa, that was huge.
Yeah, it's a crowler.
A crowler?
Yeah, it's like a can growler.
Why have I never heard of that?
I don't know. I
I've
should
never
have.
seen one that big before.
Okay, so John said 8 and Sand is 10 miles away. And Joe said 8 miles from the hotel is Death of the Fox.
Ooh.
Is that a brewery or a brew pub?
That sounds sad.
Yeah, I like it though.
All right, Death of the Fox Brewing Company in Clarksboro, New Jersey. All right, so we're going to Death of the Fox.
Okay.
Great. It's one of my favorite things to do is grab coffee in one hand and a beer in the other. It's
Right.
like,
And
how I
kill
roll.
foxes.
Right, well, I don't want to kill one. I'll watch one die, but I don't want to take part in killing it.
But I will enjoy the sport
But
of it.
yes.
All right, let's go.
I killed a fox once just to watch it die.
Ooh, nice Johnny Cash reference. So we made it. We made it to the brewery, guys. And the fox looks pretty alive.
Yeah, the Death of the Fox looks more like Fox Party, I feel like.
It reminds me, the logo reminds me of the Spy versus Spy.
And the beers arrived. Thank you. That one reminds me of the Fox and the Hound.
Yeah, or
I'm a hound dog. Ow, ow.
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
So we are going to try 4 beers. Can you tell us the names of the beers?
Yeah, number 2.
Hold on, wait a second. They like to know people's names. Hi, how are you?
Hi.
What's your name?
Deanna.
Hi, Deanna. Okay, beers, ready.
All right, so the number 2, that's our Hanging Tory. That's our English brown ale. Number 3, we have our Angry Dad, which is a cream ale. Number 4 is our Foxtoberfest, which is my favorite right now. And then we have a Strawberry Wheat, that's number 8.
Wonderful, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Enjoy, guys.
You too. All right, we're going to cheers this one. Are we going with strawberry wheat first?
I think so.
All right, we're gonna cheers, and then we're gonna say goodbye to you all, so we can drink a little bit. Oh wait, yeah, no problem. Sounds good. We're gonna talk to the owner as well. All right, are we ready?
Yeah. Cheers.
Can we start by telling people in the microphone your name? We said that we're at Death of the Fox, but just maybe like our actual physical location in the world.
So we are Death of the Fox Brewing Company. We're located at 119 Berkeley Road in Clarksboro, New Jersey, 08020, right off of exit 18 of 295 in South Jersey, about 15 minutes outside Philadelphia.
And your name?
Chuck Garrity. I'm the one of the owners.
How many owners are there?
Well, we have shareholders. We have 4, but I'm the primary shareholder.
So first, very, very, very quickly, I would love to know just your origin story, how you got started. Like super quick, how you got started here at Death of the Fox.
Sure. So I started home brewing about 10 years ago and just developed a huge passion, then started entering contests, started a home brewing club, and Death of the Fox started 3 years ago as people basically just approached me to make beer for them. Because they really loved coming over and having my beer, and it was just turned into a thing where I thought, okay, I'll do a side business. Well, the side business turned into an actual business. We are the first coffee house brewery in the state, so that was if I did something, I wanted to make sure that it was original and it was new and unique. And for this region, we really wanted to make sure that we were operating and utilizing the space as much as possible. Therefore, we are a coffee house. We're open 7 days a week. We start at 7 o'clock in the morning, and we go to 10 o'clock at night most days.
Do you do your own coffee roasting as well?
We partner with several local roasters. Our primary roaster is Crescent Moon out of Mullica Hill, New Jersey, the next town over to us. So we're really we don't roast our own coffee yet, but we work with a bunch of local roasters.
Do you put the coffee and the beer together?
We do. We have a coffee pale ale that we featured in our opening. We also have a coffee porter that we'll be rolling out in the next couple months. But the coffee pale ale was a huge hit, and we just brewed it again last week. So it's light, it's crisp, and it has it's called No Grounds because we actually don't grind the coffee. We're not cold brewing the coffee. We just steep the coffee beans into a pale ale, and that's from our primary roaster, who is also a home brewer. So we work together, the roaster and us work together to collaborate on that one. And it was a huge success, and we're out of it, and we're going to be featuring again in the next couple weeks.
So that one's sitting in a bright tank someplace out back?
It's actually sitting in a fermenter. We brewed it 2 days ago. So it's bubbling as
all right. Not quite a bright tank yet. I'll let you go. So my question I'd like to ask everyone is, what is your first beer memory?
Probably a can of Budweiser in my refrigerator when I was like 11 years old, and when my parents were away, I popped one open and drank it, and it tastes terrible to me. I was like, this is the most terrible. Beer is. So that was my first impression, and then I would say in high school, I grew up in the time that the dark ages of wine coolers and terrible, like California, grape Everclear and all this stuff that was, the grain alcohol. Oh, MD. And I had a sister who was about 3 or 4 years older than me, and she went to college, and she said, and she instilled in me when I was in my senior year in high school, she's like, Chucky, if you drink, I want you to drink beer and none of this other crap, because that's what they do in college. So I was like, okay, if I want to go to a good college, that's what I have to do. So that's when I really, and when all my other friends were drinking wine coolers and whatnot, I was like, no, beer. Now, the beer selection wasn't great. That was the late 80s, so beer was a much different world than it is today. These kids are spoiled today. I'll put it that way.
Totally agree, but I'm okay with it because I'm also spoiled.
Yeah, we all are. We all are.
Well, thank you so much for sitting down with us. Really appreciate it.
Okay, cool.
All right, cheers.
Thanks. Cheers.
So, have I asked you guys about your first beer memory yet?
No. Yeah, now the mic's back. No, so my first beer memory, I think it's the same as like 90% of people. 11 years old, with your dad. He's got the champagne of beer sitting nice and cold on the table next to him. He takes a big chug out of it. He says, "You want a sip?" See, I did an accent with my dad. He didn't have an accent, but I was doing that for
It's the right.
So he was like, "You want a sip, boy?"
Surly, gruff father.
Yeah.
My dad one is like, no, what are you doing? Like,
What are you doing?
yeah, you gotta get super low and grumpy.
So anyway, he said, "Want a sip?" And I said, "Yeah, Dad, I'll take a sip of your beer."
You would really think that you've been drinking all day. You've had like what, 3 ounces so far?
Ounce and a half. I'm from California, so that's our California accent. And my first beer was I think it was California. And then so I took a sip of that, and I've been an addict ever since.
Great, addict. Perfect.
Right.
That's a good word to use. Thank you.
That's how I have my beautiful physique.
All right, so obviously with only an ounce and a half in him, Clay has already gone off the rails. So I will be... It has been. We got up really early. We will be back with you, though, later today as I ask a whole bunch of podcasters what their first beer memory is. So stay tuned. Maybe we'll go to another brewery. I have no idea. We'll see what happens. It's on. So we are heading to the wine warehouse of Mantua.
Because we need a lot of wine.
No, they're supposed to have good beer, specifically IPAs.
Well, the interesting thing is every state sells alcohol differently. Right? So being from New Jersey, you buy alcohol, beer, wine, everything else at a packy or a package store.
That's the same way in Mass.
Right. Now, in New Hampshire, everyone sells it. And in Maine, you can buy everything everywhere.
Right.
Maine loves to drink because they're trying to apologize for Prohibition.
Yes, you heard that on a show I was on.
Yeah.
Specifically, Harry Durant, who we'll talk to later in the episode. Yeah, I apologize, no matter where I am, for Maine's Prohibition.
And it'll never happen again.
We will never do it again.
Yeah, no, it'll come from somewhere else next time.
Yeah. So we're headed to the wine warehouse, and we just had a great interaction with some locals.
Yeah.
Who didn't know we wanted good beer,
right,
even though we were at the brewery.
You want Budweiser?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Oh, you want IPAs?" Well, not necessarily, but
they understand. Yeah. What it turns out is those two people we talked to didn't know what good beer was. All they knew was there's Budweiser and there's IPA. There's nothing in between.
No, there's not.
Yep.
So we're gonna go get some IPAs.
They got IPAs down there.
Yeah, at the wine warehouse. As long as we have Google Maps on our phone.
Y'all got Google Maps? No, everyone in South Jersey has a southern accent.
Southern accent now. Everyone. All right. Let's go to the wine warehouse.
Y'all got Google.
It's getting hot in here. We gotta turn the air back on.
Ready, push record?
I already did.
We're recording?
We are.
Hello? Hello? I'm gonna do my impression of Amanda walking in. This is perfect impression of Amanda. Y'all got local beers?
Yeah.
I don't say it.
Yep. And then the guy looked really scared.
He did.
He did.
He went back into his carapace. He was like shivering.
Yeah. Let me hide in my plastron. And then so Amanda says, he goes, "Well, do you see any beers you don't recognize? Because those are the local ones."
That's not quite how it went.
You just passed a Wawa.
I know, we're doing the Wawa next to where we're going.
So hungry. Okay, so then he's like, "Okay, well, that beer says Cape May on it, so that's from New Jersey." So
These guys sound like they're from here.
Yep. And so I grabbed the 6-pack of that, and he goes, "You don't want that to get warm."
No.
Have you ever?
It'll explode.
Now, he didn't say what would happen, but he goes, "You definitely don't want that to get warm." What would happen to an IPA if it gets to room temperature in a can?
The bacteria in it will take over and like grow legs and will start crawling around on the ground.
Definitely will do that. What do you think?
Well, there is such thing as like it getting skunked from the heat, but a lot of beers actually, in order to be able to, be sealed or something, the temperatures have to change. There's actually one brewery that has to like cool it really far down, but then heat it back up in order to be able to transport it someplace. And I'm very doubtful that actually they were able to keep it cold from when it was done fermenting. Like, that's really doubtful for me that it was cold the entire time.
They drove it around in chilled trucks to all the different liquor stores in New Jersey.
Stored it in chilled place.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
I just find it very difficult to believe.
Now,
I'm not sure.
I think what he meant is it tastes better cold.
Anyway, that was a great beer purchasing experience.
That store had more kinds of beer than I've seen in a lot of beer stores anywhere. That was a pretty amazing selection, and still couldn't make Amanda happy.
They were all right.
It makes me glad that someone else is married to her.
Me too, because he's not quite as old as you.
I'm pretty old.
You are. Yeah, so now we're going to go to Wawa.
Wawa.
And then we're going to go to the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And Justin and I are going to keep drinking.
Yep, and I'm going to write an article about beer, and I'm going to drink some beer while I do it.
Good.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Make sure you keep it cold.
I will keep the article.
Don't let it get warm, room temperature.
Room temperature article.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Totally bad. Anything else? Closing thoughts?
Why does Wawa have a goose as its logo?
So don't be a Matthew.
Oh, poor Matthew. That's not nice.
No, I want to be Matthew.
I want to be Matthew.
He spoke boldly.
Yeah. So we're sitting here doing talks right now. I'm sitting with Justin. Just so you guys will be proud of us, we're drinking beers too. We'll get back to you. But right now, we're beer drinking on the sly.
Yeah, it's real on the down low. Like we're crouched over.
Yeah, it's like the
Hunchback of Notre Pancake.
Notre Pancake. Can you make me a Notre Pancake? We gotta clap now. We should probably go, but we'll be back. We're going to talk to people after this. I don't know when after this happens. There's a guy staring at me. I'm going to wave to him. Nope, he turned his head. He didn't wave back. It's all right. Hey, everybody. I am at a podcast conference, and I'm going to talk to everybody about their first beer conference. No, that's not right. Okay, can we just, do a time check? Let's just talk about time, what's been happening, and... Okay, hold on. You go.
It's 9:19. So far, we've had a lot of 8-minute talks where some people had some great things to say that would really, help a lot of podcasters out here. And right now, there's a movie going on in there. What's it? It's the
documentary, The Messengers. But would you like to tell everybody what you and I at least have been doing?
Okay, what have we been doing? Well, so far, I think we've recorded an episode's worth of audio at the Death of the Fox Brewery, and also, sneaking in some audio during the presentations in there, whispering under our breath.
Right, drinking.
Amanda, would you like me to go into my car and get the 2 Virginia 6-packs that I brought in for you?
I mean, yeah, I like beer. But before you all do that, I just want to ask everyone that's sitting here, even the people that aren't paying attention to me, what is your first beer memory? First, start by telling me your name and what you want people to find you at.
My name is Mark Asquith from Podcast Websites. I got drunk on John Smith's when I was 17 with my dad. Thought I could keep up with him. Threw up all over his bed. So I was in the spare room and I threw up and he had to throw the bed out, the entire bed. And yeah, it was a lot of sick. And then relay the entire floor. Oh. So that's my first memory of beer.
Also your first contract.
That was horrible. If we're sweeping around the room, Justin is next, and he has given us his. So let's move right on to Jessica. Jess, what is your name? Well, I've already said Jessica, but if you want to go into more detail, tell me more detail of your name and your podcast and your first beer memory.
Jessica Kupferman, podcast is She Podcasts. I mean, it's fuzzy. You're asking the first beer memory, not the first beer. And it has to be high school because who doesn't drink in high school? But I know definitively I was drinking beer at a high school party. It was probably what they call Natty Bo, Natural Bohemian.
Natty Light?
Nothing dramatic like Mark. Didn't throw up, haven't done anything. I do remember it tasting like watered down urine. And mostly in high school, I did a lot of hard alcohol, which I kind of still stick to. I don't like the taste of beer, so I'm not really a beer person. So that's why this memory is difficult. It's not that memorable. I mostly was anything sweet and fruity kind of girl, and beer's not usually like that. So
there are some beers. We'll find your beer eventually.
I'm Ramona Rice with Podcast Websites as well. Let's see. The first one actually was I grew up in a house of beer drinkers. So my dad would brew beer. And then also I would be forced to be the person to go get the beer for them out of the fridge and open it and bring the frosty mug for a while there. Now my children are carrying that position. So basically the first memory is serving beer, not drinking it. That would be mine. So there's not a lot of people who haven't seen. Oh, my.
Wait, whoa. Everybody pause. Harry, pause. If you were to think, what in the world do bubbles smell like? What would that be? Yeah, okay, first tell me your name and your podcast.
Sarah Gabriel is my name, and my podcast is yet to manifest, but it's going to have something to do maybe with learning English as not your first language.
So Google that, TS, and tell me, what do bubbles smell like?
What do bubbles smell like? They smell like pine forest punctuated by the cicadas popping them, and as the moon rises,
I feel like an eclipse should happen right now.
The birds get quiet. They pop more slowly. But it's that the pine smell as they pop.
Juanita, would you say that is what bubbles smell like to you?
I would say that bubbles smell like beer.
I don't think you're going to top that.
I'm going to try.
I like to talk about beer. Let's talk about that some more. So, Karen, can you tell me about your podcast?
Yes. So my podcast is Good Girls Get Rich.
Do good girls drink beer?
Sure. They drink it really well.
Yes. Yes, they do.
They drink it better than anyone else drinks beer.
Correct. Go on and tell me your first beer memory now.
So, I was thinking about that. I think my first beer memories are like college related. Like my family had, it's not like they didn't drink, but they didn't really drink beer. So it was college related. And you're going to know how old I am now, but like the drinking age was 18 when I went to college. So we drank a lot of beer in college and playing quarters and drinking disgusting, sticky, gross college pub beer. But I loved every minute of it.
Nice. Do you have a first beer memory other than like piney cicada bubbles?
I do.
So again, just remind us of your name.
Sarah Gabriel. And my first memory of beer is I think it was a summer between 10th and 11th grade. I was on an exchange program in Sweden. And in Sweden, of course, they drink a lot of beer there, and there's no age thing. You can buy beer in a vending machine.
Wow.
In a vending machine. You can buy beer in a vending machine, and they sell.
The 3-year-old would love it. The 6-year-old would be like, that's for adults.
And so they serve. So I remember drinking warm beer, which I did not like. I still do not like. I can really only drink beer when it's cold. But there it was warm. With warm vending machine beer. They serve these containers of mashed potatoes with like a hot dog on top of it. Warm beer, mashed potatoes, hot dog. That's my earliest beer memory.
Nice. Harry, you want to tell us like all your deets and then your first beer memory?
My name is Harry Duran. I'm the host of Podcast Junkies, a podcast where I speak to amazingly interesting podcasters like your host, Amanda Dowdy.
Yes, I was on that show.
So my first beer memory is at a late high school house party. So I grew up in New York. And not in New York. I mean, I grew up in Yonkers, which is outside New York. So there's a lot of...
We actually had Yonkers Brewing Company on the show last year. Yeah.
Yonkers is home of the Otis Elevator Company. I don't know if you know that. So, fun fact. Yeah, it was a short Budweiser. What are they called? The 8-ounce Budweisers.
Just a little bit of crap.
There's a name for them. There's a nickname for those like little Budweiser cans. It's like the worst. That's not the worst beer. The worst beer would be like Schaefer or Schlitz or something like that. So anyway, it was a beer, and I like scrunched up my face, and I was trying to look cool because I was like, well, all cool people drink beer. Everybody knows that. And so I drank, and I was like, yeah, look at me, I'm cool. I'm drinking beer, and that was it. And it took a couple more years before I actually acquired the taste for it, but.
Was your cool face a duck face? Because that's like kind of cool now.
I'm 46, so this is 1986.
you'd just be a trendsetter. You'd be like, look, someday this like beer that tastes really gross face, aka puckered mouth, that looks kind of like a duck, is cool. That you just be on the top of the trend. I think, let's say that you invented the duck face.
I invented the duck face.
See, I knew it. I knew it was you. Yeah, also, just go listen to me on Harry's show. We talk about vampires and crap. I don't even know. It's going off the rails, but that's what happens on a podcast conference. Right. Podcast about a podcast. I love you all, and I'll talk to you in a little bit. But until then, cheers.
I'm Harry Duran, host of Podcast Junkies, and I've had the privilege of interviewing Amanda on my show. No, I'm going to have her tell us her name and her show and your first beer memory. But you're at a podcast conference, so you're here for a reason. So go.
My name is Kelsey. I was here to check out Philadelphia and drink some beer earlier today. So I got Washington's beer and Jefferson's beer, and they said one was Hamilton's, but it was fake. It was just an IPA. It was.
Okay. So out of your 4 hours at a podcasting conference, what did you get out of it?
I thought it was really interesting. I'm new to the podcasting. I first podcast last summer. Like, that's how new. I listened to Serial because everyone's like, "Oh, it's Serial. You're in Baltimore."
Serial was my gateway podcast.
Okay, so everyone needs a gateway podcast.
And that in American Life, because I mean, like, yeah.
Give a shout out to the Babysitters Club podcast. Have you heard about this?
No.
So these two guys, they just talk about the Babysitters Club book.
These two guys?
Yeah, they're like 30-something-year-old guys. They talk about each book like it's the written masterpiece of Hemingway. Like, they break it down to like different. It's amazing. Babysitters Club, go for it. They have like 100-some already.
Babysitters Club getting a shout out on the Great Beer Adventure podcast. Yeah, it's right up my alley.
Yeah, I think you should listen to it. Hi.
Aloha.
Who are you?
So, my name is Keegan Cassidy.
What do you do, Keegan?
What don't I do? I wear many hats.
You work at a hotel. We found out that. The Renaissance.
Yeah, we know all about it.
We know about the Renaissance
Okay,
in
so
Maryland.
one of my many hats is I work at the Renaissance Festival in Maryland.
Let's talk about podcasting for a moment. What do you do in that like realm of things?
All right, so in my podcasting realm, I'm a producer for the Bar None podcast.
Oh, bars.
Is that about bars?
It is all about the service industry.
Or is it about lawyers?
No. They said beer girl. I'm the beer.
No, he said bar.
Right, but she said beer girl.
Okay, got it.
That's me.
So there are some lawyers involved. There's one very...
There's a lot of lawyers involved when you talk about alcohol.
Oh, absolutely. They've got all kinds of regulations. But
Harry
David
has no idea, but we'll get him there.
But, our podcast... Our podcast is all about the history of drinks and kind of how they evolved.
Ooh.
Someone who has a beer podcast.
Yeah, I do. And did you know that Maine... We're sorry because we did prohibition.
I mean, aren't we all? We're all a little sorry that happened.
No, but it's actually their fault.
It's our fault.
It's your fault.
Yeah, yes. See, the whole, like, you can't drink water and you can't drink milk. And we're like, we take that challenge. We're going to have 600 bars and we will not drink any water or milk ever. And then, like, the teetotalers came out and they're like, we're going to do all that, and we're going to, like, stop it, and we're going to make sure nobody drinks ever. And everybody around the country is like, you know what? Maine laws. Let's make them happen. And we're sorry.
I was really blaming Texas for a lot of it due to the Anti-Saloon League and all that craziness happening down that way. Man, I mean, it's a whole cross-country initiative for Prohibition.
Yeah,
exactly, right? Prohibition is, I mean, I guess it's the main issue here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
I've got plenty of those, don't you worry.
Oh, so we have this great place. It's called East Bayside because, like, all the yeastiness happens there, and it's, like, East Bayside. And, like, we love being punny in Maine. So funny.
Fantastic. I thought you guys just had Stephen King up there.
We do. Actually, he went to my, he's in Bangor, but he actually went to my parents' gas station back when we had one.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Did Alfred Hitchcock didn't get a hold of your gas station, did he?
No.
Okay.
But the birds are scary.
I don't doubt that. Birds are always a little bit scary.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you like branding, then you put a bird on and you're fine.
Right. And kids are scary, too. They're like these creepy little things that just, like, peek up from...
What about kids with birds?
No, and then when kids are vampires, we've talked about this. Kids as vampires are super creepy, right?
Especially Kirsten Dunst. Kid Gus from Interview with the Vampire. Oh yeah, just terrifying.
We're talking about there's a Swedish movie called Let the Right One In.
Oh my god, I love Let the Right One In. I mean, I've seen Let Me In.
Told you.
Let Me In is fantastic, and Let the Right One In is also really, really solid. So, my question for you, pulling back to drinks. No, I'm not going to do this?
You can try it in a minute. But
Okay,
my
cool.
question
Keep going to me.
you-
Oh, I'm so sorry. You're the interviewer.
This is my show. Even though he's holding my microphone,
She is wearing a harness.
I've got the harness on. It's my show.
Now, is that a wrap? It's a wrap.
Let's call that a wrap.
Let's call it a wrap. Thank you for joining us.
Help you wrap it up. I hope to meet you guys again soon at the Ren Fair.
Good luck with your jousting.
Thank you very much. I'll make it there tomorrow, jousting time.
Sir, podcast a lot. Thank you.
Sir Keegan.
Sir Keegan. We actually do.
Are you a lord or a sir?
Oh no, I'm only a master.
You're only a master.
Yeah, masters are lower than lords.
I'm just doing my best memory from Game of Thrones and throwing out.
Oh, I love Game of Thrones.
Chaos is a ladder.
Oh, that
Chaos is a ladder.
your muscle's too big. We gotta go now.
Enjoy your big muscles.
It's because I went to circus class on Wednesday. Circus class.
What is that? Circus. You said something else.
No,
that wasn't the word
circus.
What does that consist of?
Climbing on ropes
Juggling,
and jumping.
unicycles.
Nope, none of those things.
What are you going to do in the circus?
Get fit.
No.
Juggle.
Thank you.
She's going to be a clown.
Juggle.
Not.
Tightrope?
She's going to fight a bear
Oh.
on a unicycle.
I love that. Yes.
With
I think
one
on a
spin
tightrope.
fire. Yeah.
Yes, without a net.
Wait.
Yeah.
I'm liking this.
It's going to be a good circus.
See how we're planning
I
your
mean, I
future
just
for
assume
you
you
right
walk
now?
a tightrope. They're getting all fancy.
Yeah, there's bears involved and silk.
What about riding an
unicycle.
elephant? That could be cool.
No, that's cruel to elephants. They don't want to have anything to do with
Yeah,
that.
I've seen elephants while out at circus.
I was like,
I
briefly
actually-
for a moment, all these husband jokes ran through my head, and then I let them go.
When I was 18, I auditioned for Ringgold's Barnabale Clown College at Madison Square Garden.
Seriously?
And I had to walk past elephants in the hallway to get to the front where I had to juggle and do magic and try to get to be a clown. Yeah.
That's so crazy.
It was the only college I applied for in high school. Was clown college.
All right, so it has been a crazy, crazy road trip down here. We still have like 2 days left, but I am so tired. I have been without a bedroom for, I don't know, like 700 months now. So I'm just going to sleep in tomorrow. And I want to wrap this up with a handful of podcasters telling me their first beer memory. So they're going to tell me their name, their podcast name, and they are going to tell you in a very, very short amount of words their first beer memory. Are you ready? All right, set, go.
Dave Jackson, schoolofpodcasting.com. My dad gave me one.
Mark Gillespie, whiskeycast.com. 16, Paris, didn't like it.
Heather Ordover, craftlit.com. Bottle capping my father's homebrews, age 7.
Too many words, but I'll allow it.
John Buchanan's Brandex podcast. My first beer memory was, oh, who would drink this?
All right, and finally?
Deb Williams, Financial Karma, Stripper Bar, The Godfather.
Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us on this crazy road trip to a podcast conference. And if you didn't think that podcasters were crazy, you're missing out. Justin, have fun with this one, okay?
I planned on it.
All right, so cheers to everybody, and we will see you in episode 109.
109.
That's next time, right? Yeah.
Wait, no, I think it's 108.
No, this one's 108.
This is 108.
Next one after this
One
one.
will be 109.
You figure it out. You're the editor.
I was always bad at numbers.
Yeah, but really good at show notes.
Yeah, I try to be. Yep, at words I can do half the time, all the time. Wait, no, yes, maybe?
I don't know. Go check out his show notes and see what the heck he's talking about. Go to greatbeeradventure.com/podcast and see what in the heck is Justin talking about. We will see you next time. Cheers, y'all.